Hello everybody, today we'll be redoing the review of the Hi-Air 65, let's see what it is, 65UF2505 UHD TV. It's a 65-inch 4K TV. As you can see here, I've got this thing wall mounted, and it's pretty big. I mean, 65 inches for perspective. Let's see, for perspective, here's my hand against the wall. That's pretty big. So, one thing, if you are going to buy this TV, ensure that you have enough wall space, because the original room that we were going to put it in, the wall was actually too small. In terms of how you plan to mount this thing, there are two options. You can either set it up so it's sitting on a table, or you can set it up as you see here with a wall mount. Another important thing to note, this does not come with a wall mount. It comes with these things that you see right here, but it does not come with this apparatus on the wall. So if you do plan to wall mount it, I would seriously recommend, well, it's a necessity, that you buy one of these as well. And make sure you buy the right size screws, which I will go over those later. The second option for this TV is you can place it on a table, such as this. Now, if you're going to do this, this can be done right out of the box. It comes with these pieces, and these are the legs. So as you can see, it says front this way here. So what you're going to do is place these like this, obviously further apart, and you're going to have the TV on top. It's relatively secure, like you don't really have to worry about the TV falling forward or backward, but I would still say wall mounting is definitely a much better way to go here. Okay, so here, as you see right now, is a 4K video being streamed on the screen. As you can see, it looks, in my opinion, pretty fantastic. We've got the colors set to a pretty strongly vivid setting because I'm a fan of very, very bright colors. I will go over how to set the settings to your liking, I suppose, in a minute. But first I'm going to walk you through what happens when you turn this thing on for the first time. The first screen you're going to see is going to have it's going to ask you first to hit OK to start the setup wizard. Then you're going to see a screen that has a home mode button and a store mode button. Home mode is better if you're concerned about this thing taking up energy. Store mode is better if you want superior picture quality like this fantastic 65-inch 4K glory. After that, it's going to ask you for your language and time zone, and then you should be able to use your TV. A quick walkthrough of your inputs back here. You might not be able to see them all, but you've got 4 HDMI inputs. There's 2 here, and then there's 2 underneath of here. That allows for 4 separate devices to be connected to this thing at one time. Currently, I have it connected to a desktop computer. Walkthrough of your remote here. What you're going to have is, here's your picture button. There are a few different settings for picture mode by default. I will show you those right now. Alright, so we don't need this screen right now. So if you need to leave a screen, just hit exit. Here's our video. Now, if you want to, let's see, yes, picture mode. If you hit picture, so you see user, that's our current settings that I've specified. Hit picture again. You can get to energy saving, which this is a lot lower quality, I'd say, but it's dimmer for one thing, definitely. Then you've got standard, which this one's brighter, but definitely not as vivid, and you have some pixelation problems, so I would not recommend using standard. Okay, and then vivid. This one is brighter, the colors are more defined. Still, you have some pixelation issues, though, which I will get to how to fix those in a minute. And then you have mild, which is dim. Pretty standard coloration, pixelation issues, not so much. So that's... mild is pretty good. and then we're back to user. You also have the input button, which can be used to switch between any one of the 4 HDMI ports, mute button, volume and channel buttons, and then this menu button, which I will go over right now. When you hit the menu button, you're going to be brought to this screen right here. Maybe. Yeah, make sure to point your remote at this little power indicator in the bottom left, otherwise it can get a little finicky. Okay, here you've got your different settings. Picture, audio, channel, setup, and lock. The only one you'll probably fool around with is picture. So my current settings, as you can see here, are 50. Here, let me back out. 50 for brightness, 35 for contrast, color at 100, tint at 100, sharpness at 20, and the color temperature is at cool. This gets rid of most of the pixelation issues I was experiencing, and it looks pretty good, so I would recommend these settings. Alright, so you may have noticed in the menu of the previous screen that a few of the settings were grayed out when you're changing the picture. Now, there is a secret, well, quote-unquote secret, they call it a service menu, but it essentially holds settings that you can't access anywhere else. And I'm going to show you how to get into that service menu right now. It's actually pretty simple. All you need to do is on your remote, press menu, and then type in 8893. 8893. And now you have this. This includes several settings that you don't have access to here in your normal menu. So this is essentially like the extra menu. This is what the manufacturer would use to customize how their TV performs. Again, I fooled around with these quite a bit. If you want to change the picture settings that were grayed out, you'll just go here and hit the right arrow. Aging mode, do not turn that on because it's very difficult to get out of, and it is essentially just if you're going to put the TV away for a while, hence the name, aging mode. So leave that one alone. Sound settings, you can mess around with those. The speakers on this thing are decent. They're definitely not stereo quality. They're pretty average, I'd say. Not too good, not too bad. But it is a TV, so speakers aren't what you're looking for here. Debug, again, that's more of a service thing. And the rest of these, you're gonna want to leave alone. System info, maybe if you need to contact support, this is what you'd want to go under. Other than that, you're good. And to close this, you can just hit exit, and you're right back to your normal screen. Overall opinion on this TV, it's 65 inches and it's 4K, so of course it's amazing. I have not been able to find any issues with it yet. There's no, the screen is working fine, there's no burn-in. Haven't had it for very long, so you can't really tell, but seems to be doing quite well. Besides that, again, the speakers are about mid-quality. I would say if you're going to buy this, be prepared to hook it up to an additional stereo, because you're not going to get very good sound out of the TV, let alone surround sound, so be prepared for that. In terms of pixelation, I'm about probably 4 or 5 feet from the screen right now, and I cannot see any pixels. I don't have much of a pixelation error. Unless you are in a browser and you've got that real small text, then you can occasionally see a few pixels in extremely, like if you go right up to the monitor. But I'll go in real close now just to show you maybe. Yeah, as you can see there, you see the pixels. And then as you zoom out, they begin to disappear. There you go. Just like that. Not really an issue here. Overall verdict here, I would say if you can get this thing as cheap as I did, which we got it from HHGregg and it's about $500 give or take, I would say definitely go for it, especially because it can be used as a computer monitor, although no, you need to have a pretty powerful computer. It works well with the PS4, if any of you have PS4s, and at the price point, there's not much you can complain about. If you want to see how to mount it to the wall or how to set up the feet for it, then you can watch the other video. I apologize for the sound quality in that video. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why it's so terrible. This one will be posted over that one, so you can still watch it if you need to. But again, I apologize for that. And that'll be it. Thanks for watching.